that camera still.
Alright, I'm gonna try to hold it steady. Gosh, how many railroad tracks? Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy weekend. We got tagged by one of our favorite YouTube channels called White House on the Hill to answer some questions. They got tagged and so they tagged us. And so we're gonna do that today. We're going to pick up some elderberry plants and just spend some time out as a family. So we thought we'd answer these questions while we're on the way. So the first one is, how long have we been gardening?
We didn't start gardening until about 5 years ago, really, me and Jesse together.
Yeah.
So
when we got married, we had a huge backyard, but only part of that was good for really gardening. So we did some raised beds for I think 3 years.
Yeah.
And then we didn't garden for 2 years while we were trying to sell our house. And so this will be technically our 4th year gardening, I think. So we're really excited to get back into it. So the second question is, why do you garden? And I'll answer that first. I like learning about things and learning how to do things that I've never done before. And gardening was really one of those things. I like the idea of having skills that that our ancestors had and that we don't really have anymore. And for me, at least, gardening was one of those things that I had to teach myself how to do. I had to read about a lot. And I like passing that knowledge on to our kids so that they will know how to take care of themselves and grow their own food. And I like knowing, you know, that we can go out and pick whatever is in our garden that we want to eat and eat it, and that it's safe and that it's good.
I garden for a lot of the same reasons she does. It's more of a principle thing for me. So there's, you know, the food that you get at the grocery store, the supposed fresh produce, normally it's not as fresh as you think it is. You know, 75 to 100 years ago, it wasn't common to just be able to go to the grocery store and get fresh produce. So, well,
even less time than that, because the first grocery stores were in like the 40s, I think. Yeah.
So it's really just kind of I really think that that's a lost art and a lost. You know, I love talking to my grandparents and other people that grew up that way, growing their own food, growing their own produce, and how rewarding that is, and how self-reliant you can be doing that. And so that's it. And I think we would like to be as sustainable as possible. We'd like to decrease our footprint from a standpoint of, you know, not having our food travel thousands of miles just so we can eat half of it and throw the rest away, you know. Or I mean, we compost our produce, but
or chicken food.
Yeah, or chicken food, or feed our chickens with it. But it's not like you got to grow everything you eat, but you can grow a lot of what you eat as far as fresh produce right in your own backyards.
What are we growing in our garden? Well, what we have now started, is tomatoes, peppers. I've got a lot of medicinal herbs that I'm going to put in my medicine garden. And that's really something new to me. I haven't really grown a lot that way. But for vegetables and stuff, tomatoes, peppers, we're going to do glass gem corn, which I'm super excited about because that's so beautiful. And some squash, carrot. I've got potatoes in our potato boxes that we built, and we have a video on that. And peas. What else? We have green beans, okra. Anything else?
How did you talk about peppers?
Strawberries. Hopefully I'll get some more of those.
We're gonna plant.
I got potatoes already. I already said that.
Berry bushes this year.
Oh yeah. We got 3 apple trees.
Three apple trees. Again, that's more on the fruit side, but
still counts.
Yeah, it still counts.
Next question. What is your favorite thing to grow in the garden? So yeah, my favorite thing to grow would be okra, because their flowers are really beautiful. I love eating fresh carrots. Tomatoes for their versatility. And I love digging for the potatoes because that's really fun. Caden's favorite thing would be carrots. You like picking the carrots?
And strawberries.
Strawberries?
I like strawberries.
Do you?
Yeah. I like the potatoes and strawberries.
Potatoes and strawberries?
Because I like hot ice cream.
You like ice cream?
Yeah.
Hot ice cream?
He likes hot ice cream.
So, funny story. The kids told Japheth that his potatoes, his mashed potatoes, were hot ice cream. And so he eats them every single time. Oh, so that's a good way to get your kids to eat their vegetables, I guess.
Compare them to a
Dessert.
dessert and they'll eat them.
All right, so what's your favorite thing to grow in the garden?
For me, it's tomatoes. A fresh grown tomato is unbelievable on a BLT, on a hamburger, something like that. If it's fresh right out of the garden, it's still got all those natural sugars and things like that in it. That's just that, you know, it doesn't taste like, I don't know,
Cardboard?
Yeah, it's just amazing to me to have that. That's my hands down my favorite.
All right, the last question is, why do we do YouTube?
Well, it was something that I really had kind of, I'd played with it for a couple years. I really like to hunt. I really like to fish. I try to be an outdoorsman. I had filmed a few things and had tried to learn how to do it, you know, and then we just were talking about it, and we did a couple smaller videos with the family.
Back in August.
Yeah, back in August, and then a couple ones, you know, in the middle of the winter where it was, finally had a day where there was some sunshine and it was above freezing, and we got outside and did some stuff, and we just shot video of it with the intent of we'll edit a video together and see how it turns out, and it worked, and we live quite a ways from our extended family, but we don't get to see them as often as we would probably like and they would probably like. So we thought, hey, this is a way for us to kind of show them what's going on and what we're trying to do out here at our home. And of course, there's the obvious the idea of having a passive income, a secondary income would be great. We're not at that level yet, and don't know if we'll ever get there, but we do really enjoy that, and it's just another thing that for the most part the whole family can be involved in, and it also is a great motivator for I think both of us to keep moving forward, you know, to plan, to work, rest and repeat, you know, that kind of thing. Just that process for us is it helps to capture that on video for us to go, even just go back a month and say, okay, where were we a month ago? So that I think those are the main factors for myself, and I don't know, I'll let Jessie speak to why she likes to YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is a really great motivator because, you know, I always have a list of things that I need to get done or want to get done, and, you know, if I can put that on video and put that out there and show other people how to do it, then it's more motivating to me to do it that way than to just be doing it because I have to check off a checklist. And also, you know, I like having these things for us to watch as a family to see, you know, okay, well, this time last year we were doing this, or, you know, remember that time that we did that one thing. And it's neat because, you know, he has a lot of family videos from when he was growing up and I don't have any, and so I'd really like the kids to have these too, to see, you know, when they were young, and to to see the things that we did. And also, I like the idea of kind of being the guinea pig for other people to try these things. You know, we kind of practiced this kind of thing when we were living in town, you know, on a lot smaller scale, a lot of canning and some gardening, and we couldn't have animals, but we did a lot of other stuff.
Buying food in bulk and
yeah, and making butter and all that kind of stuff. So it's not like we are just diving in completely uneducated about this stuff. We have had a little bit of practice, but now that we live out in the country and we can do this. Hold on, babe. We can do this on a much bigger scale. And a lot of our family has moved out to the country now, and so they're starting to want to do kind of some of these things, and so it's kind of fun to be able to kind of, I don't know, pave the way, sort of, so to speak, and show them the things that we're doing so that, you know, if they're interested, then they have kind of a base to go off of. So that's why for YouTube.
And Jesse's always wanted to be a reality TV star. I mean, there's just, no, that's not true at all.
But I do really like editing, and I think that that's something that's a lot of fun and really creative that I can do. I really enjoy that. I don't like shooting as much, and it was really hard at the beginning to make myself do that because I do not like being in front of the camera. I don't like feeling like people are watching me, which is totally silly because now we have these videos, but I mean, it's just something that you have to get over. And I think if you want to start doing YouTube or making videos or whatever, you should just start, and it gets a lot easier and you get better at it. I mean, I can look at our first one and think, man, I was so timid about it, and it really showed, I think, but now I feel a lot better doing it. But it's a lot of fun, and it's something that we can do all together as a family. So, I enjoy it.
Yep.
Yep. So now I guess we have to tag some other people. So we want to tag Pfeiler Family Farm. They are pretty close to us. They have, I think, 3 kids, and they just moved out to the country too on, I think, 10 acres. So we want to tag them, and we will put the questions down in the description for you guys so that you can answer them. So thanks for coming along with us today, and I hope you learned a lot.
Definitely go check out Pfeiler and see what he's got going on, or they have going on, sorry. And
in White House on the Hill.
Yeah, thank you so much for tagging us. Yep. And